Yes, for the African American gays.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would say that ties into the question that I asked, and kind of the thought process that's in my mind about African Americans. Period, is that we're the most hypocritical race on the face of this earth, because we'll want not to be considered slaves. We won't want slavery. We want to protest when we feel wrong. We want to do this. We want to do that, but we don't support our own. We give the money to the white man. We shoot each other. We kill each other. We don't build nonprofit organizations to help our race. We don't teach our kids. We let our kids run wild. We support websites like World Star Hip Hop. We support rap lyrics that say "fuck this bitch, fuck this hoe, get your money, kill the next nigga." Like, and we're a race that took a word that was meant to just bash us and trash us and throw us in the mud and the gutter, to make it a hip term now, to where it's just, and everybody just says
even not even the black community uses it. Everybody, Latinos, Spanish. Oh God, and it I'm gonna be honest. Yes, it irritates the hell out of me to hear them say it when I'm, before my barber went to this new shop, where it's his own shop. Before I went in there, it was another guy that was working there with him, and that's all he said. He was Spanish, and that's all he did, and it really irritates the hell out of me to hear them say that.
It's like a slang term now.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's just, And I don't even talk like that. I've never said that ever. I've never even used that term, just because I feel so uncomfortable saying it. And everybody else just say it like it's just, hey, what's up?
Now, I know a lot of the African American supporters that I have some might feel slighted, but if you're real with yourself, you'll be like, yeah, I understand what they're saying, because it's just life. Not unless you're one of the privileged African Americans that just so happen not to have indulged in any of the stuff that we go through. Be it that we're black, be it that we're male, and be it that we're gay, we get it 1,000 times worse than a regular African American male that's straight, that lives in the United States. But I want to read an article to you guys. And it's entitled Special Message for Blacks. Please read and share it to other blacks. So I'm going to share it to you. The interviewer asked the Jewish leader, why are blacks so behind economically? And his response was, the only aspect blacks understand is consumption. Blacks don't understand the importance of building wealth. The fundamental rule is to keep your money within your racial group. We build Jewish businesses, hire Jewish, buy Jewish, and spend Jewish. There is nothing wrong with that, but it is a basic rule blacks cannot comprehend and follow. He kills his fellow blacks daily instead of wanting to see his fellow blacks do well. 93% of blacks killed in America are by other blacks.
Yes.
Their leaders steal from their people and send the money back to their colonial master, from whom they borrow the same money from. Every successful black wants to spend his money in the country of his colonial masters. They go on holiday abroad, they buy houses abroad, school abroad, etc. Instead of spending this money in their own country to benefit their people, statistics show that the Jew's money exchanges hands 18 times before leaving his community, while blacks, while for blacks it is probably a maximum of once or even zero. Only 6% of black money goes back into their community. This is why Jews are at the top and blacks are at the bottom of every ladder of society. Instead of buying Louis Vuitton, Hermes, expensive cars, shoes, houses, dresses, etc., blacks could industrialize Africa, build banks, and get rid of colonial institutions by putting them out of business. And the article goes on, is actually shared on my Facebook. I'll read one more part of that. Blacks must take responsibility. Blacks must unite and vehemently fight corrupt leaders who run down their country and run to IMF as though IMF is Father Christmas. So, what's your response?
Systematic oppression. I say systematic oppression because as black people, we face that. The system is not working. It's not working for us. How it ties into what that means is, we as black people, yes, systematic oppression is real. The America's not made for us. Period. We know that. But I think as African Americans, we focus on systematic oppression so much that we don't even see hope in ourselves. Like, we focus on, oh, they killing us. Yes, they are. We focus on the system not being made for us. We focus on that. But the thing is, though, if we fight against this, if we stand together with each other, if we support each other in businesses, if we support each other in our communities, we can fight against certain things. But I think that black people now are so, especially now, in times like now, you're seeing blacks getting killed, being unarmed. And I think even though it's a bad situation, I think that we as a community, we're so focused on that we can't even see the light. Like, we're not even trying to even do better for ourselves. And because we're so focused on systematic oppression that we can't even move past it. And to me, that's the system. It's like we're so focused on it that we can't even move past ourselves. And that's how I see it. Like, I think that we as a community, we have to come together. We have to, of course, we have to acknowledge those things, and we have to handle those issues. But at the same time, we need to start investing back into our own communities. We have to start investing back into ourselves. We have to start investing into our children. We have to think about these things now. We can't sit up here and focus on this. I mean, we have to take care of these issues, but I believe that issue would take care of itself if we start taking care of ourselves and to take care of ourselves in our community. And that is why systematic oppression, I think, especially for African American people, is the biggest thing. Jews went through a lot, of course. We all know that the Jewish community went through a lot. But because of how they stuck together, and by that article, if they're on top, it obviously shows that they support each other. Because they were able to get over that systematic oppression that they went through. So I believe if we do the same exact thing and get over our systematic oppression that we're so focused on and move past that and support each other, I think it'll just change.
So I'm going to read a response that somebody had to that particular article. I found both the so-called interviewer and the Jewish leader subjective, biased, irrational, racist, and out of touch of reality. The very first question was irrational, framed from a position of prejudice, weakness, and not strength. Both failed to substantiate their ill-founded claims. Its lack of understanding global world systems. Unfortunately, the so-called blacks seem to agree with such trash. Don't be brainwashed statistically. Even the 93% quoted is incorrect. I am saddened by such reckless generalization. Oh man.
Latino people, because they have African descent blood running through them as well.
I don't care.
As long as you know that they're African too, pretty much.
You know what? And I'm gonna tell you something.
Just so you know.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that was really disgusting to me, and that really made me feel some type of way. Is because this guy came into the office, right? To get treated for whatever.
Of course, we have systematic
his insurance benefits were completely zero. He's not paying for insurance. We're giving it to him for free, right? He didn't pay no co-pays, no nothing. Everything is totally free for him. But you know what I have to do when I'm talking to him? I have to do this right here. Talking to his phone, say what I'm saying in his phone, and then he reads it because he's Muslim, and he gives all these symbols and all this shit on his phone. That is absolutely disgusting. When you have people that are born in the United States that don't even have health care, but then when you do have health care, you got to pay for it, and if you don't pay for it, you're gonna be fined for it. That's disgusting. And he ain't paying for it. He over here can't talk no English, and I gotta talk into his cell phone to tell him what I'm trying to say, and he reads it back to him. That's unacceptable. I don't care. I don't care anything about none of them. If you don't know it, take your ass back to where you come from. Don't you put this on there because they're going to hate me.
It's recorded.
Well, that's fine.
Right.
But for real, it's unacceptable because there's too many people that don't have, it's not fair. It's not. And you give people that don't work, that are 20, and God forgive me, but you got people that's 19 to 20, 21 that get, young adults or adults that have food stamps. You give them $170 worth of food stamps, but then you give a senior citizen who's over 80 and over 90, you give them $14 to $17 worth of food stamps. Where are we going at with this? Come on. No, that's ridiculous. And yes, it is. It is sad because the black community. You know what happens? You can go to anywhere, whatever city you live in. I'm from Sanford, so you know that's predominantly black people that live there. You got you got your mix in there, but then you got blacks that live there. You have one soul food restaurant there, and that soul food restaurant has been there probably about 6 years. And guess what? They closed down. But you have in Sanford, you got 4 or 5 or 6 Chinese restaurants. And they've been going there. Moon's Subs, right off of 7th Avenue, they've been there for 23 years. He told me that. I asked him, how long y'all been here? This was probably about 2 weeks ago. He said, I've been here 23 years. Because I've been knowing him all my life since I've been growing up. You know, I'm way older than 23. But anyway, he said that, you know, he said 23 years. I was like, God darn. You know, he's still been right there. It's plenty of them. And all these Chinese restaurants, we'll support those. We'll go right there, but we would not support our own kind. And I don't know why we do that. You know, and sometimes with our own kind, you know what we do is we'll start off, and I'm gonna tell you for the black community, we'll start off making stuff from scratch, making the soul food from scratch, but then we go and we try to get bigoted. We want to cost so much, we want to charge so much on this stuff. We want to change up the recipes on stuff. Now we want to go buy, we're making a homemade macaroni and cheese. Now we want to buy Stouffer's macaroni and cheese. I don't know why. We want, I don't know. I just, it aggravates me because I love being black. I embrace who I am and I enjoy being who I am.
But I think that's where it comes from. The community now, it seems like we forgot our past. Jewish community did not. They still go with their past.
Of course.
You know, they've been through what they've been through, and they still embrace their past. Us, on the other hand, we tend to want to be like, oh, slavery is this, and slavery, forget that. You know, I just feel like we should honestly go back to, not slavery, but remember what we've been through and what we came from, and what some of the stuff that we can't, you know, what we can't do or what we couldn't do then that we can do now. So that's why I think it's mostly come from, like, support. We can support each other, you know, and that's how.
But it's true. They've embraced who they are. That's what all of it. And it seems like everybody else besides us, we're the only ones. You know what I'm saying? My uncle, my mom's brother, he has a pair of shoes that he has had since he was like 18 years old. They are ripped up, burnt up, I mean, they barely even exist. But you know what he said? Every time he tells the same story, he's been telling us this for years. The reason he kept those shoes is because it helps him to remember where he came from. Now, when he built the new house he is paid for, when he built it. So he has all this, you know what I'm saying, that he's come from, living his life, but he always kept these shoes, and they're still right there. He'll show you a picture of them, bring them out and let you see them, because it just reminds him of where he's come from. You know, and we just have to, like you said, embrace that and support one another.
But like Sheldon just said, though, like I think we should remember where we come from. But I think the biggest issue though is, like he said, like black people feel like they are so entitled. Like I think black people feel like they are so entitled to so much. Like I do, and when I say entitled, like it's like, yes, we know slavery did happen. It's a horrible, horrific thing. And yes, people are still racist to this day. But it's like, golly. It's like, yes, there are black people have been a huge contribution to this country. Huge contribution.
We built it.
I mean, but at the same time, like, everybody black didn't make everything. Like, people are just, they won't. It's like they won't. I don't know how to explain it. It's like
we made a whole lot now.
I know we made a whole lot.
It goes far beyond.
You know, I know. I'm not down that.
Martin Luther King.
But what I'm trying to say is that just because we did all that doesn't mean that you're entitled to it. You have to work for what you
right
for.
Which is true. Which is true,
and that's fine.
Which is true.
Make your mind, put your mindset in a place where, you know, I'm gonna do this for me. And I don't have to have a handout for nothing.
Exactly.
And that's good.
Exactly.
And
I
that's
honestly
good.
don't know an entitled feeling black person besides maybe some of the more richer people. But every black person I know that they have to work to eat.
Hell
we all
yeah.
have to eat to live. So in order
That's
to
what
live,
the Bible
you
say.
need to eat. I mean, you need to work. So that's not where my thing goes. I think it goes way back into, like everybody says, crabs in a barrel. Nobody wants to see the next person get more help than they would. A long time ago, it was the house people against the field people, and it has never really left us. Yes, I mean the light people were light skinned at one time, maybe some dark skin in there. I mean, times have changed, everything is whatever. But black people have always been what am I trying to say? we've always been taught to think that the label has the power.
That's
so
it.
if you have the label, you have the power. Even if you can't afford the label,
That's it.
I don't know that. So apparently you have more power than I do. I was not brought up to think the label held more power than H&M. I tell you, I shop at H&M, I shop at Goodwill, I shop at wherever the fuck I buy my clothes.
Goodwill.
Hopefully for like $5 or $10,
Yes,
so I can spend my money on something else. But not everybody is in that, and some people feel like the more you pay for stuff, it's the more power that you have in
Exactly.
life.
Or the label, or the name, or where it come from. You know what I'm saying?
And if we taught everybody that it doesn't have to be a label, it doesn't have to be a red bottom, it doesn't have to be whatever, then we would go further. But the problem is we have Kim Kardashian endorsing such and such. We have Kanye West selling shoes for $1,500, and people feel like they need to have these to be on that level.
But
it has nothing to do with it.
a lot has been said, and I've been quiet for once. And allowed you guys I allowed myself to listen to what you guys were saying because it's very interesting. But I feel, and this has been one of my like hardest issues. Me wanting to be in the industry, loving entertainment, loving film, loving acting, loving directing. I always felt as a young child that although I'm black and should be supported by my own, I will never be because I'm gay. And I never felt that I never felt confident enough to completely go into the industry of entertainment and just be me. And I don't think. When I turned 17 and got my own stuff and got my own place, became independent and all that, I became a free bird. Like, it was like God opened the cage and I just started flying because I always felt trapped. And ever since then, no pun intended, and ever since then, I could not revert back and scale back. But I think about people like Tyler Perry and people like that are wealthy or whatever, not, you know, we all have our thoughts about certain individuals in the field of entertainment, but somebody as big as Tyler Perry that started with the church backing, supporting him, he could have never made it to where he is right now if he was a gay black man ever. Nope. Even in today we were sitting at IHOP eating, minding our ever loving business, okay, and this black lady and her friend, black male friend, they're walking up, and I'm seeing them walk up, and I swear for God, you would have thought that we were killing something or swallowing blood and eating a pig on a counter because all she could do was stare in disgust because we have some men in our group that are a little bit more feminine than others, and so it's obvious that you can see that they're gay, and she was scowling my friends, and even when she walked by, her head followed, scowling us. And then Dwayne looked up, my younger brother Dwayne looked up and noticed right away. It's like, you're black and you're looking at 4 black men sitting at the table minding their fucking business, eating breakfast, and they got shit to do with your life, but you want to just give us so much heat because we are who we are. And it stems from me and my mindset. I feel like I'll never, I don't like the word never, but it always held me back as far as chasing my dreams because I'm an open black gay man, and that's never going to change. And it's like I always felt that I would never get full support from my black community because I wanted to do plays, I wanted to do movies and all this shit. But I'm not going to hide who I am. I'm not going to do the Mona character and be like, oh, I'm straight, I just do it because I like the women. No, I'm gay and I created this Mona character and I think she's funny as hell. But I already know it wouldn't have been supported by the black church, for one, and it wouldn't have been supported overall by black people. Now, if Tyler Perry were to just come out the closet right now, I think people probably wouldn't care because he's already established, and we've already had those thoughts or whatever in our head. But there's no way on God's green earth he would have been able to start it out like that as a gay black man. And that's why I feel that this community as a whole suffers drastically, because you don't see that much isolation amongst the whites. You know, white gay people, white gay America, they have their issues with their inner families and stuff like that, and it's not all love, don't get it twisted, but they have more love and more support from their people than we do. And that's, for me, where I feel like a lot of our hardcore rooted issues are, because that lady did not have to look at us any which way whatsoever. She could have just minded her fucking business and kept walking by. And it's like, why do we do that? So this response to this question, it's not irrational. It's not. I don't think it derives from racism or anything like that. It stems from the truth.
It's true.
It stems from the truth. In case in point, about the soul food restaurant. Now, I will say my business response, my business mind response to that is it does not make sense to create a soul food restaurant in a community of blacks where all they do is eat soul food at their homes, because they're not going to want to go out and buy some more soul food when their mama can cook it. So the Chinese folks that build, they're smart. Because go to a Chinese town and create a soul food restaurant and then realize that you might be able to stay in business because those Chinese people can't cook fucking soul food and they love that macaroni and collard greens. It just and that's where, from a business mindset, I'm thinking that kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if you create a gay club in an area where gay clubs aren't and it's needed, it would flourish, you know what I'm saying? Or a laundromat where the apartment complexes, they're way too expensive to wash your clothes or you know, whatever. You make a low price laundromat, people are going to use it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sound choices as to where you're going to open these businesses and make sure that they will be supported, because we just obviously need them.
That I understand and I agree. Two things, yes. But again, you have to, I still feel that we don't really fully support ourselves because again, you can build places in soul food. I cook soul food, I know how to cook it, and yes, I can go to soul food restaurants and be like, oh, that don't taste good, they could have added this or that or that, but I enjoy eating it because one, I don't have to cook all that, I got to go buy all of that and go right there and eat it and enjoy it, you know. So yes, that on that. Now it makes me feel bad because a black woman looked at you at IHOP disgusted. But let me tell you something. Last night, you went last night to IHOP, right?
It was today.
This morning, we all went to IHOP, and we had another group of gays that went with us, that met us there. Okay. We didn't know them, but they were over the top. I mean, far worse gay than, I mean, they were like, hey girls type gay. Well, just be cute now. Keep it cute.
You can't say far worse.
No, not far worse. No, I mean far worse. No, God, I didn't mean far worse. I mean they were very more vocal than we were as far as openly being gay. I tell you, we were so embraced in that IHOP, and it was a guy, a black guy. He had on basketball shorts and he had on a jacket, like just a members only jacket, just a jacket. And I didn't even look his way. Because you know, society has made me feel like I don't want to look at the straight boys when they with their girls. They loved us. That boy wanted us to be a part of he and his girlfriend conversation. That whatever they went through, he proposed to her, and he wanted all our full attention to say happy birthday to them. The girls wanted them. They totally embraced us. So it's sad that it's like that. But it was two different things. When we went to IHOP, we went today, this morning. And I mean the black guy, and it was another group of a guy, and even the workers that were in the IHOP, they were waiting on us. They was coming to us. They absolutely loved us, and I mean we was wide open. We had a couple spirits that we hadn't had, and a couple spirits.
So I will say it's not all.
No,
it's not 100%. It's not 100% the black community. There are some people that have an open mind. And just the concept of how life should be lived by all living beings. So I do believe that, but it's just terrible that when you want to be, it's always good to feel support from your own. You know what I'm saying? Like it's,
of course,
you know, that's what you know, that's what you come from. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember being like growing up in the projects, like you could never mess with someone, like it was like always project against project or something like that. If somebody in the project had a problem, the whole project knew and tried to take care of that, make sure everything was, you know, good. When my mom lost her job, the whole project came together trying to make sure the family was good. And it's like that old, like not tradition, but that old family value, we got you kind of value is null and void. And a lot of situations that
it's lost in the black community.
It's lost.
Yeah.
It's lost.
Because Hispanics still do it.
It's lost.
Oh my God.
But I think about them is that they one thing about the difference between us, if you do me wrong, you're done for life. You know, we treat you like that. Other communities or other races, they'll smile in your face, they'll talk about you or whatever, report you to the supervisor, and they'll still smile in your face and do you like that. But if I feel like you done treated me wrong, we're done. We do not support each other. And it's sad because even black if we've arrived, say we all work together, and I got promoted as a manager. Oh, then my whole mindset done changed. I'm totally different now.
Oh, you're a bad bitch now.
I'm bad now.
Can't nobody tell
I'm
you shit.
arrived, honey. Can't nobody tell me a damn thing, and I'm out to
That's
get
the
all
God
y'all.
of the truth. That's the
It's disgusting. It's sad.
That's the
individual.
That's the bird. That's the truth.
I feel like you act like that, Dwayne, because you a supervisor. He don't act like that now.
I do not act like that.
I'm just kidding.
Dwayne be coming. Dwayne be walking in. Dwayne walk in with his chest up and then with
Very
a present.
much so. He's supposed
he
to.
styled down.
Because
He
he's
styled
born.
down from head to toe.
Of
And
course.
you know can't nobody touch his
And he
style.
wearing his Olympic socks tonight too.
Right.
Let him see your Olympic socks. Let him see them, Dwayne. He wearing his Olympic socks tonight.
300.
Them cost 99 cents from Goodwill.
So I'm gonna ask y'all on the panel. No one on this panel has never ever had a stuck up moment at work and treated people ridiculously because y'all have arrived and got a promotion.
Okay.
I can't say that I haven't.
Nah.
I can't say, you know. I think that we all get into our moments to where we think our shit don't stink. So,
Well, I can say,
Well, I'm gonna say this.
and until you know, because some of the people from my old job still they watch or whatever. Even being a Leo, I never felt that I want to say better than or like I've arrived. I just always felt accomplished and happy at the fact that I was able to have some sort of power, because me as a black man, gay in America, no college degree, where everybody uses that college degree at the dinner table like it's created them and put them on an upper echelon of people. I felt great because I was making over 90,000 a year, doing my thing, and I was controlling situations and making things happen. And so I felt like I was accomplished, and I felt grand in the sense of being like, yes, I can say this is what I do and this is how I do it, or whatever the case may be. So I've never, and I had to supervise Latinos, blacks, Jamaicans, whites, old, young, male, female, everybody. I treated everybody the same, and I never felt like I would treat my black associate better than I would treat my Hispanic associate. I never felt like that, and I just feel like we should all be blessed and feel blessed for whatever it is that we have. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm up for a promotion at my new job, and I treat everybody the same. That's why people want me to be promoted, because I treat everybody the same. I'm not special to this one, special to that one, special to the black. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, treat people the way you want to be treated ultimately.
But the thing is, no, but I treat everybody the same too. I totally agree with you. But it's always somebody that's always got to have their nose at you because you got that promotion, or mad at you because you took their job and they wanted, or something like that. And that makes seem in their mindset that I'm acting better than them.
You're not responsible for the way.
Exactly. So it's not my fault I got that promotion.
No.
I don't. Well, I mean, I've been a supervisor for about 2 years now. I'm actually leaving my job this week.
What? Seriously?
But he got like 5 jobs, y'all.
He do. He always said, "Hey,
Don't do him. No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
Like, what you doing? I'm at work.
Right.
Oh, what you doing? I'm at work.
What
Oh,
But
what you doing?
anyway,
Just got off of
one
work.
particular job, I've been a supervisor for, and I've never felt myself. I really never felt myself, because first of all, I started off at the bottom.
That's what I was just about
I
to say.
understood what it was to be the people
In
that
that
I was
place.
talking to every day. So I never made them feel any kind of way. The only thing I would tease them about is when they were working overtime. And I was like, well, I get out, so it doesn't matter if I come here from 9 to 10.
I did that.
That's like a joke.
Yeah.
And only because, first of all, I'm only staying 8 hours at the most. But Trey will tell you, some days I stayed 10 and didn't trip. But that was the only thing I really joked about. I didn't feel any kind of way. I didn't feel any more special because my responsibilities were even more than yours.
Right,
so
exactly.
you were responsible for your one part. I'm responsible for all of your parts together. So I would never make you feel little because you are part of what makes me or my job important or even necessary. So I would never do that to you, black, white, Puerto Rican, something.
Chinese.
So white people I will put in line sometimes because they talk to me out of the side of their neck, and I'm like, sir, I am in a position of power, so don't get it twisted.
Yes.
But after that, I still treat them the same, like they never said anything to me.
I think we see it different. we probably say ourselves that we don't do, but in actuality, as I said, we all have.
Well, perception is reality. Perception is reality. So the way that it might be perceived from your coworkers or whatever, you could come across like people will say about him, oh, he's an asshole, this and that and the third. But I mean, you know what the definition of an asshole is, and you know what the definition of a man that's just doing their job as a good leader, a good supervisor is. It is black and white. There's no gray. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their moments where they'll come in and we don't have to swipe a badge or punch a clock or whatever. We can just walk right in and we can do our thing. And I'm at my desk and don't disturb me because I'm doing what I'm doing. God damn it, don't disturb me because I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm handling mine. You know what I'm saying? That happens. That's natural. And it feels good to be able to do that. Yes. But don't let that carry you over into some assholeness. You know what I'm saying? The people are like, right. The new word of the day is assholeness. Okay.
Right. Oh yeah.
Right. Hashtag assholeness. Okay.
Say that again. It's right there.
Right. But no, I think this was a great conversation.
It was good.
It was very good.
I think we're gonna ruffle feathers, especially talking about the black community because
well, it need to be talked about.
Because you know they're gonna say because Drake and this systematic oppression, and what does he know, and this and that and the third, and Drake like sounds Trey. Like Sheldon, and Sheldon sounds like Drake.
He's immature like Trey.
And where's TC, and why isn't he on there, and where's Hector? Is Hector a part of the show anymore?
He's coming on
He wants bagels.
Right. So, but no, everything is everything.
We still love you.
And we
but then you know the only way that you can not hear us talk about it is to change it. So if you see it happening in your community, amongst yourselves, amongst your friends, family, then you address it and you try to change it. You know, you can't change a person, but you can say something that may, make them think about what you said to them or whatever. So just try to change it. That's the only way to get past whatever we're going through. Because we as a black community, we really truly have to stick together. Yes, we've talked on culture clubs, like past culture clubs, about being black and being beat down and all that. And honestly, I'm a black man and I've been in the place where I've had to be attacked as a black person or felt some type of way for me being who I am. But guess what? I do not allow that to beat me down and hold me down. Yes, I'm past the point that we have to we feel like, yeah, I'm black, I can't go here, I can't go there. But just embrace it, move on, do what you gotta do to not be another statistic, and love each other, embrace each other, and move on with your life and do what you gotta do. And thank God for Jesus.
I think it's
and tell them to thank God for Jesus.
Thank God for Jesus.
That's the only way they're gonna get you past.
I think the one way for you to be happy in life is to realize that whatever life you want to have, you can give it to yourself.
You gotta do it for yourself.
And anytime you're feeling down, that's you. Anytime you're feeling happy, that's you. Anytime you're feeling angry, that's you. Anytime you're feeling cheated on or betrayed, that's you. Anytime you feel liberated or grand, that's you.
Oh, yes.
You dictate how you feel throughout your entire day, throughout your entire week, month, year, life. It's all on you. So explain to the people that weren't able to understand your history with your sister, if you can give us a little brief synopsis of how you came to meet and how that all worked out for the show.
Okay, yeah, I met Asia when I was about 15. I was about to turn 16.
I was trying to hurry. I didn't know nothing. All I did was I came. I didn't want to do nothing. I was so hungover. I couldn't do nothing. There was everything else.